Some news right now. If you want to know how Americans are reacting to the war in Iran, well, over the past 24 hours, one of the top things trending on Twitter has been hashtag draft Barron, Barron referring to Barron Trump, President Trump's son. At the same time, a South Park writer set up a website, draftbarrontrump.com. Polling for the war in Iran shows that about 27% of Americans support the strikes in Iran, while 43% oppose the strikes in Iran, according to Reuters ISPOS polling. And a majority of Americans believe that Donald Trump is too quick to pull the trigger on military action abroad, whether it comes from Iran, Venezuela, or anywhere else the United States has bombed over the past several months. It's pretty interesting to see that there really is a minority of folks online who support the war, all while others are joking about drafting the president's son to go to the front lines.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Leaders start wars from secure rooms, while ordinary people deal with the consequences. That isn't just hypocrisy, it's a structural problem. When the people making the decisions don't personally feel the cost, it changes how easily those decisions are made. March 2026. Donald Trump is back in the White House, under the banner of America First. He authorizes large US-Israel airstrikes on Iran. Nuclear facilities and military sites are hit. But among the reported damage is a girls' school in Manab. Iranian sources claim more than 160 women and children were killed. The US denies deliberately targeting civilians and suggests IRGC elements may have been operating nearby. Still, the images circulating are devastating. Families digging through rubble. Children's uniforms covered in dust and blood. The UN calls it a potential war crime and demands investigation. At the same time, retaliation follows. Drone strikes reportedly hit US embassies and bases. Several American service members are killed. Escalation becomes the new normal. This is what modern air campaigns look like. Precision operations that still leave civilians dead and families shattered. Now layer something else on top of that. While this conflict unfolds, Trump's family remains untouched by any draft risk. A satire site created by former South Park writer Toby Morton, draftbarrontrump.com, goes viral. It mocks the idea of drafting Barron Trump, now 19 and technically draft eligible. The site pushes parody petitions with lines like "Dog bless Barron" and the hashtag "Send Barron" trends. It isn't a literal call to arms. It's satire designed to highlight a double standard. Barron reportedly has a medical exemption, echoing Trump's Vietnam-era bone spur deferment. Whether legitimate or not, the symbolism lands. If wars are necessary enough to flatten cities and risk American lives, why are elite families almost always shielded? That's the central issue. Working class families fill the ranks. Political families rarely do. When leaders have no personal stake, wars become easier to prolong. Now shift to Europe. The UK Defence Secretary says he would consider sending British troops into Ukraine as peacekeepers if a settlement with Russia is reached. France signals it could send thousands as well. On paper, it's framed as deterrence and stability. But critics see it differently. They see governments willing to risk foreign deployments, while domestic problems pile up. In the UK, Small boats continue crossing the channel. Housing pressure rises. Temporary accommodations expand. Crime concerns increase. Public frustration grows. Past scandals like Rotherham remain unresolved in the public mind. Across Europe, similar tensions show. Riots in France, social strain in Sweden, housing crises in Germany. To critics, the pattern looks the same. Leaders focus outward, while internal fractures deepen. Now back to the US. Trump escalates against Iran, widely seen as aligned with Israel's strategic interests. Given ongoing proxy conflicts involving Hamas and Hezbollah, while Epstein-related documents remain unreleased, the public has demanded transparency for years. Instead, files stay sealed under national security explanations. The phrase, "Epstein didn't kill himself," became shorthand for distrust in elite accountability. Whether one agrees with every theory or not, the broader frustration is clear. Powerful people appear insulated from consequences. The pattern repeats. Bomb abroad, delay transparency at home, send ordinary citizens into danger, protect political families. It's the same structure across different countries. In World War I, royalty and aristocrats sometimes fought in trenches. Today, the children of leaders are more likely to land think tank roles or private careers than frontline positions. The distance between power and sacrifice has widened. So, what would change that? Some propose eliminating draft exemptions for political families. Others suggest that if a nation votes for war, a lottery including lawmakers, immediate relatives should apply. Others demand full release of elite scandal documents before any foreign intervention. Then, there are exaggerated ideas meant to make a point. World leaders settling disputes in a boxing ring instead of on battlefields. Trump versus Khamenei over Hamas. Zelensky versus Shoigu over Crimea. Ridiculous? Yes. But the exaggeration exposes something real. When leaders personally absorb risk, negotiations accelerate. Even the smoky room diplomacy idea. Leaders forced into informal direct dialogue rather than missile exchanges. One lights up a joint and passes it to another. It reflects the same desire. Reduce distance between decision and consequence. This isn't random outrage. It's one connected argument. Iranian citizens die in bombings. American soldiers die in retaliation. European cities strain under policy failures. Epstein files remain sealed. Political families remain protected. The common thread is untouchable power. When leaders bear none of the cost, wars expand. When elites remain insulated, public trust erodes. When accountability stalls, anger grows. The demand isn't chaos, it's parity. If wars are necessary, sacrifice should be shared. If transparency matters, release the files. If alliances require risk, let it apply equally. Without skin in the game, power drifts further from consequence. That's the point.